Good day, everyone. We are the reporter that is assigned to the topic Challenges of Information Technologies to be represented by Sendimi Tuburan and Drexy Mondrano. In the 20th century, businesses focus on improving production efficiency. Today's business success relies heavily on effective information management. Information is now a critical asset for business success, influencing performance alongside other resources. Information and Communication Technology, or ICT, provides tools for efficient information management. Organizations utilize information system, which consists of interconnected subsystems to gather, store, manage, and analyze data. Information systems enhance productivity by improving the efficiency and value of business process. E-business involves using information technology for managing business information and transaction over the internet. It encompasses various aspects of business operation and is classified into three main categories. Three main categories are the intranet, extranet, and business to consumer, or B2C. So, the intranet is the internal communication within an organization. Utilize systems like accounting information system, decision support system, and access and restricted to specific application secured by firewalls. So extranets facilitates business-to-business or B2B communication, connects two intranets over the internet for sharing confidential data between organizations. So the extranet integrates two intranets which are interconnected to each other via internet, which facilitates two separate organizations to communicate and share confidential data. B2C e-business activities are the most common and easily recognizable form of e-commerce. Online stores, service providers, and businesses engaging in digital marketing and sales all fall into this category. It involves activities such as purchasing products or service online, interacting with customers through website or mobile apps, engaging in digital marketing campaigns. This category has revolutionized the ways businesses interact with their customers, making transactions more efficient and accessible. The next is the challenges of managing your information technology. Managing information technology infrastructure presents several challenges for IT leaders. The need to balance application management's priorities with the capabilities required to build and oversee the necessary technology stacks often leads to a chaotic environment. This complexity arises as IT departments grapple with the competing demands, making the task of effectively juggling these responsibilities increasingly difficult. Additionally, they face the pressure of ensuring security and compliance, managing vendors' relationship, and staying with budget, all while maintaining system performance and availability. The constant evolution of technology further complicates the task, making it essential for IT leaders to continually adapt and strategize effectively to keep operations running smoothly. The availability challenge refers to the difficulty in balancing the need for application uptime with the limitation of IT budgets. While it would be ideal to treat all applications as tier 0, mission critical with redundant infrastructure for instant recovery, not all applications require such as high availability. For example, if your recovery time objectives and recovery point objectives are set to 0 for less critical applications like Tier 3 or Tier 4, you may be overspending on ensuring their availability. On the other hand, relying only on a tape-based backups for these applications could leave them underprotected, increasing the risk of data loss or downtime. So, the key challenge is to properly assess and manage the availability needs of each application on an ongoing basis, striking the right balance between ensuring appropriate availability and avoiding unnecessary overspending is critical to maximizing both efficiency and cost effectiveness in IT operations.
So the next is the financial challenge. IT expenses often exceed budget, necessitating efficient asset consumptions. Decisions should be based on current needs versus future scalability to prevent overpurchasing. So even for healthy IT budgets, expenses all too often outpace funds. This makes it critical for IT assets to be consumed in the right way at the right time. In some cases, an owned asset is the most economically efficient choice. Other times, a third-party cloud is the best option. So, like for example, you don't want to buy 100 terabytes of storage when you need only 10 or 25 right now. Nor should you buy 15 gig of RAM when you need 5. In order to consume IT resources in a way that doesn't result in overpurchasing, you must have a solid idea of what is in demand for the business at all times and what might be necessary for the future scalability. The agility challenge. Application needs change throughout development, impacting availability levels. IT leaders must manage workloads transitions between private and public clouds dynamically. So the agility is strongly related to availability. Just because an application may be a Tier 3 at one point in its development cycle does not mean it will remain Tier 3 forever. As applications go for development operation to user acceptance testing, the availability needs of the application will change. The challenge for IT leaders is to shift that virtual workload from, say, a private cloud on the floor to a public cloud and possibly back again as needed. Next is the control challenge. IT leaders must maintain accurate inventories of assets to ensure proper management. Outdated documentation can lead to recovery failures. Effective orchestration and potentially third-party support are vital for managing complex IT environments. The content with all of these challenges, IT leaders have to know what they are working with, and that's no easy task. Between ever-changing network, system, application needs, many IT leaders don't know what they really have even when they think they do. If you don't have an accurate accounting of all your IT assets, you certainly don't have control over them. Even for assets that are accounted for, something as simple as out-of-date runbook can cause a recovery failure. None of these challenges are a matter of IT leaders not having expertise or talent. The challenges of managing IT infrastructure are all about orchestration. In the chaotic environment of a highly productive IT department, having a third party help with the juggling act can ensure all of the most critical balls stay in the air and guarantee that someone is there to catch them when one drops. These are the challenges of information technology management in the 21st century. The growth of personal computing technology has revolutionized how people live and work in the 21st century, keeping computer networks running at optimal levels falls on on information technology managers, who must constantly upgrade their skill to keep up with the latest technological changes. As computers grow smaller and more sophisticated, IT managers are increasingly expected to function as managers, security consultants, and recruiters to help companies fulfill their goals and objectives. First is the cloud computing, the ability to connect large numbers of computers on a single network, known as cloud computing, raise many challenges for IT professionals. Cloud computing, mo siya ang which connects large numbers of computers on a single network, presents several challenges for IT professionals, particularly around data ownership and security. One of the key concerns is determining who owns the data and how providers are responsible for keeping it safe, a crucial issue in law enforcement and litigation. Additionally, there is ongoing debate about whether companies should rely on their own IT staff to manage data or partner with a cloud vendor who specializes in security protocols. Second is the cybersecurity. The development of strategies against cybercrime remains a persistent challenge for IT professionals. Cybersecurity professionals face the ongoing challenge of developing strategies against cybercrime, as trends in criminal activities constantly evolve. One example is the rise of botnet attacks, where malicious users can take control of entire computer networks. These attacks don't require specialized skills from criminals. However, the complexity and cost of cross-border investigation mean IT protection teams can solely rely on police to address the issue, especially as cybercriminals continue to find new ways to bypass existing security protocols. The third is the remote management. Conventional offices are becoming less relevant due to the rise of digital technologies that facilitate remote work, such as email, instant messaging, and video conferencing. IT professionals are expected to maintain optimal networks performance in light of this shift. Accountability poses challenges as employees and supervisors operate across various countries and time zones. The lack of formal schedules blurs the line between personal life and work, leading to expectation for IT managers to address issues outside of standard hours. Lastly is the talent retention. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that demand for IT jobs will grow by about 15% between 2012 and 2022, outspacing the 11% average for all other occupations. High demand for specialized fields, particularly cybersecurity, has led to competitive salary increases among major firms. For instance, Google increased managerial salaries by 10% to retain talent amidst competition from companies like Facebook. Smaller firms face challenges in attracting skilled professionals as industry leaders replace top talent who leave for better